The United States is in a very vulnerable position throughout the world, really. So, previous to the American Revolution, up until really 1783, actually, even though they were fighting against the British during the American Revolution, their commercial vessels were largely protected, if not in fact, then by reputation, by the British reputation, and perhaps more importantly, by the British Navy. And so when the United States finally breaks from Great Britain, they're left extremely vulnerable throughout the world. But the problem is that the only way the United States government can make money at this point is through commerce. So they really, really need commerce in order to even make this new sort of Republican experiment work. The problem is they don't have any money and they don't have a navy, and they also want so much more than just subsistence. The United States wants to be recognized by the European powers as a legitimate nation.
I think in 1793, 1794, the United States finds itself rather friendless, and in many ways in just as precarious a situation as it found itself in 1778 when it did sign that Treaty of Amity and Alliance with the French government. But much has changed in France. They've had their own revolution, they're establishing their own government. They're busy. They're busy and they're preoccupied. And so the United States has to figure out if it's going to enter into this same tributary system that the Europeans have been following, or if it will stand by its principles at the cost of perhaps its entire financial system.
They want to have free trade throughout the world, especially in the Mediterranean. They want to break down the mercantilist systems that they've been a part of as part of the British Empire. And of course, they also need money. In 1790, the Secretary of State, which was Thomas Jefferson at the time, wrote a report that indicated that about a sixth of American wheat and about a fourth of dried and pickled fish, which is something that they actually did a lot of commerce in, and rice were all going into the Mediterranean. And so the commerce is incredibly important. About 80 to 100 ships are going to the Mediterranean every year. However, in that same report, Jefferson indicates that since the United States has been vulnerable to attack by the Barbary states, commerce in the Mediterranean has almost entirely dried up as of 1790.